Today we're going to be on the search for Porto's very best sandwich, and even attempting to visit a place that denied the late Anthony Bourdain. This is the most insane sandwich I've ever seen in my life. The almighty Francesinha! Traditionally, it's made with 2 thick slices of fluffy white bread, 2 slices of white cow's cheese, 2 slices of fiambre ham, a grilled tenderloin, sirloin, or flat iron steak, and 2 different types of smoked linguiça sausage. Then it's covered in a blanket of even more cheese before being smothered in a top-secret spiced beer tomato sauce packed with so many ingredients it'll make your head spin. After that, it goes into a clay oven and melts to absolute perfection. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more over the top, it's topped with a perfectly fried sunny side up egg. The full sandwich can clock in at 2,000 calories, 70 grams of carbs, and around 120 grams of fat. Who came up with this? Someone either that had dranken a lot of beers or smoked some of that Jamaican wacky tobacco. Make sure to come hang out with me on Instagram at Dave in Portugal to see the best places to eat and visit here in Portugal. Now let's get right into it. The Francesinha was born right here in Porto in the 1950s. Legend says a Portuguese man named Daniel David Silva, who had been living in France, came back home inspired by the French croque monsieur. But Portugal doesn't do subtle. Instead, he made it bigger, messier, hotter, and drowned it in a secret beer and tomato sauce. Every cafe has their own recipe, and every local swears theirs is the best.
São as melhores.
As verdadeiras.
Verdadeiras.
As verdadeiras com B. Verdadeiras.
And if you finish one solo, you're basically ready to be a tripeiro. First stop, Brasão. Known for one of the city's most indulgent francesinhas, let's see what happens. So, Instagram girl. Today I'm joined by Northern local photography Carlos Teixeira, and this is his favorite francesinha in Porto. Okay, look at this. Bread, ham, fresh sausage, steak, layers upon layers. Then it's wrapped in cheese and absolutely drenched in that iconic sauce. What stands out immediately is the fries. These fries at Brasão are exactly what I love in French fries, and it can't get much better than this. Definitely dip them into the sauce. Give it a go, right? Incredible. Wow. This thing is basically wearing armor made of cheese. The sauce was so rich, spicy, tangy. Brasão, you are setting the bar way too high. Next up, Tapas Cafe. Today, my good friend Miguel is taking me to Tapas Cafe, where this is his favorite francesinha. He told me this is the real deal, no frills, just soul. Already, I love this place because they have these beers that are served in these cold metal mugs that they put inside the fridge, so the mug is freezing and it keeps your beer completely cold the entire time. Genius. I could drink way too many of these. This is more of a low-key cafe type vibe. I love it. This is the Francesinha experience times 10 here.
The best Francesinha.
Yes, best. Ronaldo Aprit.
Fat.
Ja, dat wil ik altijd.
Incrível. One of the biggest secrets of this francesinha is that the bricks of the oven are made from the same clay as the plates it's served on. Making these videos is a passion project, but it doesn't exactly pay the bills. So thank you to today's sponsor Incogni for supporting this channel and making these episodes possible. Think of your digital life like background noise. Every time you book a flight, download an app, or sign up for Wi-Fi, you're adding to the static. Your email, phone number, address, they all pile on. Over time, the noise gets louder, the data brokers amplify,
passing your details around. Incogni acts like a noise filter. They go directly to those brokers and demand your information is deleted. Not just once, but systematically across hundreds of companies. You don't have to track anyone down or fill out endless forms. They automate the entire process for you. What I like is the visibility. Their dashboard shows exactly which requests have been completed, which are pending, and which need a follow-up. And their custom removal tool means if you come across your information floating somewhere online, you can flag it and Incogni takes care of it for you. So far, I've had over 400 entries of my personal data removed, and the difference feels quieter, calmer, and honestly safer. If you want to turn down the noise for yourself, go to incogni.com and use the code DAVEPORTUGAL for 60% off a yearly plan. There will be a link included in the description below. Thanks to Incogni for making the internet a quieter place. Now, back to the episode.
And one of the most important and mystifying things about the Francesinha is the sauce, the secret sauce.
So it's going to have a lot of different things and more than 20 ingredients for sure. It's going to have meat, it's going to have veggies, it's going to have at least 3 different kinds of alcohol, including beer, white wine, and port wine.
Oh, wow.
Or brandy. And all of this combined is always a secret. If you ask them, they will never tell you. Never. There's chili peppers, there's tomato for sure. But it's one of the best kept secrets.
Down a small alley, not that far from Aliados, the center of Porto, is probably the most locals-only Francesinha in all of Porto. They have always denied Portuguese publications that have tried to cover them, and even Anthony Bourdain himself while filming Parts Unknown for CNN, which is honestly pretty respectable to keep it local and low-key. But today, we went to see if for some reason they'd let me in. And then, heartbreak. We came this far, only to find out they're closed, or so they say. No filming, no sandwich, just me and my empty stomach. Golfinho 1, me 0. Conga. This spot is famous for its bifanas, but I was told their Francesinha was something I absolutely couldn't miss. This time we tried a variation, called the Francesinha a Conga. Essentially a tender, flavorful pork from the bifanas, and it turned out to be an amazing choice.
All right, so it just arrived. It smells absolutely amazing. Let's try this sauce. Oh, wow. This is definitely one of the best, most flavorful sauces that I've had. Let's give it a first bite. The flavor is super strong. The sauce is amazing, and the steak is cooked perfect, so wow. This is definitely one of the best francesinhas I've ever had.
The meat was super juicy, well seasoned, and worked perfectly with the richness of the dish. What really stood out to me here was the sauce. Out of all the francesinhas I've had, this one had the best sauce by far. Bold, spicy, and packed with flavor. It tied everything together beautifully and honestly made the whole experience unforgettable. I've also had their bifanas and they're so amazing. They're famous for their really good spice. Muito picante. Bue top. Time to finish strong. Café Santiago, arguably the most famous francesinha spot in Porto. Locals line up here and I understand why. The atmosphere here is exactly what you want it to be like a 50s diner and a crew that is not here to mess around.
São as melhores.
As verdadeiras. As verdadeiras com B. Verdadeiras. Mete no YouTube.
Oh man, the sauce is silky, balanced, less spicy than tapas, less rich than brasão, but somehow just perfect harmony. If brasão was the orchestra, and tapas was the punk rock band. Santiago is the radio hit everybody can agree on, okay? I hope this video helped you decide which Francesinha to try on your trip to Porto. And honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. If you want more videos about Portuguese food and the best places to visit, don't forget to subscribe. I've got new episodes coming every single week on this channel. And if you want to see my personal favorite spots around Portugal, come hang out with me on Instagram at Dave in Portugal. This is some guy named Dave in Portugal, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Até logo, carago.